So basically, I've just been worried about being cold, and there's probably 2 feet of snow that I'm gonna have to shovel. So I was just watching YouTube videos, just trying to be calm and hope the power doesn't go out again, because it went out this morning. And I'm sitting here, I really wasn't paying it. The news is on in the background, you can hear it. I wasn't really paying attention. Then I start seeing all this Tom Brady stuff scrolling on the bottom. I'm like, why are they talking about his career? Then I started to get scared something happened. You know how we do on Twitter. And then I'm like, no, there's nothing. Wait, now I gotta check. And I'm going to Twitter, like, starting to feel like I'm gonna hyperventilate. And it's like, I'm looking at it, and like somebody who I follow tweeted about him retiring. I'm like, what are you talking about? Then it's like the top trend, and I'm like, I've been sitting here just thinking, trying to take my mind off of worrying about power and everything. I'm like, you mean to tell me this morning the power went out for 2 hours? It was at the beginning of the snowstorm. I thought it was going to be out forever, so I'm saying to myself, I'm going to freeze to death. There's still a lot of people whose power's out. Like I said, most of us, the power in the house, the heat in the house depends on the power. Of course, we're up here in New England. We've got a blizzard. We're stuck in the house. And this is what happens. I'm like, that's why all the power went out? That's why? Oh, I just feel like that's really, if this is true, this is the worst day for this. I was already a nervous wreck and trying to not be a nervous wreck. Now I feel like crap right here. He didn't announce it, so I'm not gonna believe it until he announces it. I remember when Gronk retired, how sad I was. But he came back, and I'm not saying Tom's gonna come back. I just really, if he was gonna retire, I thought he was gonna wait and actually think about it. But if there's an announcement already and ESPN's reporting, it wasn't a real announcement, it was some like half-assed announcement from TB12 Sports or whatever. But I don't know. Like, why would that suddenly happen? Why would he just be like, okay, I'm done? When he was that close to, you know, this world was already in the toilet. Now it's in the worst toilet in Scotland. No. This can't be happening. There's still snowing, man. How the hell are we supposed to haul our asses outside to go and shovel that shit? We'll have a heart attack anyway. Like I said, it was cold. I was convinced I was going to freeze to death in this house. I was like, it's alright. Well, if Tom Brady's retiring. Because you would think, or you would hope, or maybe things went so bad that he would, I thought about it, that he would come back for like a day to retire as a Patriot. But then I'm like, you know what? They weren't right to him, so wouldn't it be better if he just didn't? I don't know what's gonna happen. But he was just thinking about it. The other, freaking, when did they even freaking lose? Wasn't it last? It's not even a week. No. If he announces it, I mean, I remember when people used to announce their retirement, they used to come out, it was a big press conference and stuff like that, and I pictured that kind of crap. This is not how they do it now. They tweet, or they do it, you know what I mean? So you don't get to cry properly. Oh, man. Not like that. Not like that. He brought them back, and then it was like his team sucked. And I get it. I get the idea, but if he really feels like he's missing out on his kid's life, which I don't even think that's it. I don't think that's it, because they have everything because of his career. I don't think people think they're not. I don't know. Oh, I feel like I actually feel like my chest hollowed out, like my heart evacuated. It's out there in the fucking snow. I don't like this shit where people do these freaking announcements and people leak things all the time. It's really sickening. You know, just let people do their announcements and crap. I'm really mad. I got really scared with the thing. ESPN and the Associated Press are reporting that Tom Brady is retiring. That's what it says on the scroll on the bottom of the thing. Because I didn't see that part in the beginning. It's just saying, you know, 22 seasons, 7 Super Bowl titles. Oh my god, no. Why? Like that. Mm. Yeah, he hasn't made a final decision. See, shut up, people. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna shut up now.